I met a gypsy.
Did you hear any of the rumors about a top rider testing at Star in the off season and I'm like closing down the facility? Did you hear?
I didn't know.
I asked Jeremy at the press conference and he was very tight-lipped about it. He's like, oh, we don't have to shut down our facility. It's private. I'm like, well, there's a lot of mechanics that got told not to come to work between specific days. So, I mean, I would consider that being shut down. But hey, it's all good. But that is like, so you didn't hear any of it?
I didn't hear anything about that. This last, like...
Yeah, like this off season, which was, it seems crazy, but like a top rider went and tested there that was like already signed to another. Yeah. So, but that shows they don't give a fuck. Like, and they are so not desperate to win, but like gnarly about the best dudes. We're going to like, we probably haven't, if like, let's say that's true. And it was a top tier rider that was already signed that went to another place to test the bike. Like,
yeah.
That is just a gangster way to go about business. Like, have we seen that? Like,
no,
that's pretty aggressive, and I like it.
Yeah, I mean, even Coop's deal was
aggressive.
Was kind of that really hadn't necessarily happened like that. I'm sure maybe one or the other time, but not at this current era.
Yeah.
Switching or being mutual agreed upon, and then kind of mid outdoors, and then end up on KTM. So
that paid off for Coop massively.
Yeah,
he's crushing it. Like,
yeah, and just it's that perfect, moving to the next team. And I also think Coop's had a couple, he's struggled the last couple of years. So, and I think he's also changed his mentality. His head's in it more, I believe.
Yeah.
And also he's got a new team, new surroundings.
It's that baggage, right? Like the baggage of being, and you having the weirdness in relationships that sometimes that stuff it's just like being with a chick. Like sometimes you get with a chick and it's like a small thing and you're like, I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
Like it's gone. The feeling's gone.
Yeah.
You're great. I can't get it back. I'm sorry. I'm bad. Like that's real. Yeah. Like, sorry, but you take that. You can have the TV and the couch. I'm keeping the dog. Let's do our thing. And you just get to that point with people, but crazy the payoff for him, or I think already it's paid off pretty massive for him.
I mean, he hasn't started a season like this and I
didn't
expect ever.
I didn't expect it.
I wasn't expecting it to come out like that. No. So that's why I said I think yes, he's on a new bike. Yes, he's on a new team, or not a new team, but back at a team that's familiar with him. But I think his head's actually in this too. Not that it wasn't before, when he struggled, the last 2 years, but he wants to really win, Yeah. He's fighting for the wins.
Yeah.
Let alone if it comes to him, he takes it. But if it really gets too, tough, that's when I think that's what I see the difference in.
Yeah. And even in the press conference the other day, like there was an energy about him that I was like, fuck. All right. And even at the end, everyone was wrapping up and he just grabbed the mic and he was like, I want to say this about AP. And that, I don't know, there's just like a level of energy that it takes to be that guy in a sense, like it was 10 o'clock at night. They just did a mud race. They were soaking wet. Like it's literally just still had wet, muddy boots on. And it's like, you could want to just peace out from that situation so quickly, which is what most people have just done forever.
Most of the time, that's what it is. Yeah.
And I don't know, it was just to do that, to say that, it just seemed like a very like big brothery type of, like a dude that's very comfortable in his skin, wants to be there, is there for the right reasons, knows the reasons that he's there. I don't know. That was like a small thing, but I feel like it kind of just spoke volumes about like him as a dude right now. And I was like, oh, that's I kind of liked it.
Yeah, no, I saw when he congratulated AP, so that was cool, and then, the AP stories, but no, I think I haven't seen him, like I said, like this. So I think he's in it for the long haul.
And riding good.
Yeah, he's starting off he was quick. He had he was spunky. And yeah, we have had two mud races, right? So really, like, the season's almost like it hasn't started.
Weird,
Like it's we had a great Anaheim 1, but Anaheim 1 is always Anaheim 1. Guys don't really always show up like they normally are in the season.
Yo, Eli didn't even race it.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good finish there, but yeah, I think he's gonna be good.
Yeah,
he's gonna be good all year.
I can't believe, like, the Paris coupe to the A1 coupe, and everyone was saying he lost like 25 pounds like a month before the series. Like, he just went, all right, I'm fucking ready. All right, let's go. Just straight Kenny Powers shit. Just want first pitches in a month. Let's go.
Yeah, I didn't get to see a lot of the Paris stuff, but yeah, he looked. I'd say 8-10. He definitely looks better, and he just looks like he's ready to race all season. Mentality's changed, in my opinion. His head is more in this. He wants to win this.
What do you think? Like, if you had to speculate on where he was and where he is now, and like the factors, like if you put yourself in his mindset.
I don't really know. I don't know Coop that well. But I think, if it wasn't working over at KTM, they obviously started to butt heads. I'm reading between the lines. You don't go from a mutual agreement like that if everything's halfway decent, right?
Yeah.
So clearly there was some discrepancies, and people were unhappy, and I think that baggage, just don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
And moving, and that was enough to relight his fire potentially.
Yeah. 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 No, it makes sense. And like I heard like stories through the outdoors. I can't remember whether it was, I think it was the first year they had the new frame, where he basically just went and bought a stock motorcycle and took a stock frame to the races. So he was like, no, I want to race this particular bike. Like, it's pretty bad at that point if a dude is going and buying
well, you can't, right or wrong, if he was, whatever the case may be, you can't do that to the factory, right? Like, no matter whatever you think you're going to achieve out of it, they're going to look down on it.
It's just driving a wedge further and further into the,
like I've heard, they're all just stories, but Chad bounced around a lot. You don't want to, you want to try to burn the least amount of bridges as you can. And I think if that was true and you went out and did that, like
allegedly,
yes. If that, it's not a good look.
Yeah.
The team's not going to be stoked.
We're excited to announce the launch of our new membership site, gypsytales.com, packed with exclusive content and perks that you won't find anywhere else. This is your chance to become a part of the Gypsy Gang. And as a special bonus, if you sign up to an annual membership, you'll be entered into the draw to win our custom-built TC125. Gypsy Gang.